Hey guys, it's Sotti again. I'm sitting here at the Minicave Festival in Münster. Behind me somewhere is the Triptychon, where the festival takes place. We are in a bus now. It's cool. And besides me is the band STAATSEINDE. Hi, first of all.
Hi, guten Tag.
Guten Tag. STAATSEINDE is like a German name. You are from the Netherlands, you can say. And you have lost some F somewhere.
Nein, we didn't lose the F. The funny thing is that a lot of German people think that it should have been STAATSEINDE. We even had it with records being pressed in Germany that they saw that mistake and not other German mistakes. But actually, STAATSEINDE is a Dutch word. Actually, it's also not a Dutch word. It's a makeup of two different words, of the state and of the end. And actually, in the beginning, maybe it meant something like end of the state or no more kingdom. No, but it basically means no more borders.
Yeah.
We want to get rid of borders, and people are just one.
Ah, cool. It's cool.
And we are actually from another planet, but now we are humans.
We look to the Earth and we see all the countries, but we think why there are all of those borders, and we think it's not necessary.
Shouldn't be necessary, yes.
Shouldn't
be, and
shouldn't be.
It wasn't, for at least in Europe, it wasn't for a long time, but now we have some step back. But I think we might come to this later. Maybe at the beginning we should introduce you as a band. And
but
then we can do the politics.
It's actually, we try not to be political while still being a little political, but it's also a joke. We wear orange, which is from the Kingdom of the Netherlands, but we don't want borders and kingdoms and whatever, so it's a bit of a wink.
I see what you mean. And maybe we can explain to the people also that you do some electronic music.
Yes.
And you call it the Neue Niederländische Welle. New Dutch Wave. Like Neue
New
Dutch
Wave. Neue Niederländische Welle.
So how did this come up? What's the idea?
It was basically, we started as a band with a bass player, a drummer, and from that we evolved into more and more electronic, a bit like how the Neue Deutsche Welle existed, maybe. And then someone dropped the name in a review, and we adopted it.
Oh, cool. So it wasn't your claim, but
I'm not sure anymore. It's a long time ago, but I think someone wrote it somewhere or said it to us, or we had a conversation.
It's now our claim.
This is a cool claim, because I'm a big fan of the Neue Deutsche Welle, really big fan of the time back then, and I think somehow you sound like a little bit could have been like this.
Yeah.
Has there been in the Netherlands something like that?
Yeah, there have been some, but very small in the 80s.
Very small scene.
Yeah, things have happened, but it's not comparable to the Neue Deutsche Welle.
Yeah.
It's also a name to.
But it had another name, I think.
It had a name, the Nieuwe Nederlandsche Golf.
Yeah.
That's our latest album, also referring to that. But it's also a way of, because Neue Deutsche Welle is not typically one genre, and that also makes it possible for us to adopt different genres within our sound, and still try to combine them into one thing that sounds like a solid kind of music.
Because we don't believe in borders, but also don't believe in borders in music. So we try to just be very fluent in our style.
So maybe there will come some guitars back later.
Yeah.
In the future, for example.
On our latest very limited record on a Norwegian label, we added guitars. Actually,
sometimes we do in the mix just for fun to try out something.
Yeah, but sometimes.
But in the past, I started in this band as a bass player.
Oh, cool.
So as slowly we put more electronic things in it.
Yeah, that was you.
Yeah,
and then everybody else was going out.
Get more electronic ways.
Yeah, but it's a cool sound. By the way, I used to be a bass player many years ago as well, so I like bass players. They're the best. In most cases, sometimes.
Well, he stayed. So it's not playing bass,
but this is something that evolved like not planned, but you said, okay, let's try this to come to this more electronic.
It somehow evolved, and when he came in as a bass player, we were a totally different band, and I was really into getting it more into electronic music, and he was as well. But the other people were a little bit more holding it back. So then I was embracing that idea, and then slowly it became to what it is, and got more and more electronic. And then we started to get into different genres and trying to experiment with it. And,
But it was STAATSEINDE.
it was
Like,
still,
when-
yeah, it
so
was still.
It was a band, but it changed.
Yeah, you could name it. Maybe it stayed the same name, but it's a totally different thing.
It started in
It had-
2006. So and then it was. Then I was not there. I started in 2011, and then it was with a woman singer, organ, a lot of other strange equipment.
Just
so-
a computer
Yeah.
playing a tape. That was very.
and live drums.
Yeah, it's very, very different. But it was also fun. It was maybe even a little bit more Neue Deutsche Welle than what it is today. But we kept the name or the undertitle because it fits our idea of being free.
And now you're here on the Minicave Festival. It's somehow more like a Gothic festival. And we talked before we started the interview, and you say, okay, you have been somehow part of the scene, but you're not totally into the scene. So how does it feel to be on such an
Really
event?
nice. It's especially the German Gothic scene is quite big compared to the Netherlands, and I have the idea that the last couple of years it's much more urgent. Maybe because of what's happening around in the world, people are leaning back to that 80s feeling of that everything gets destroyed, and then this music is the perfect outgoing of trying to fight against.
Yeah, and the Gothic festivals are. People are very nice. It's such a nice atmosphere. And we also play on Gothic Poco. That's
This is a coincidence.
So we always play on the little bit different kind of Gothic festivals, not on the traditional big things. And we like it because it is really, warm people,
The dedicated
nice
scene.
atmosphere. So, we always like it.
But I think if the big ones would invite you, you wouldn't say no, or?
No, of course
you?
not. No, we always say if as long as there's a possibility, we will say yes most of the time.
No, but we want to not to be all the time. If you are once in the Gothic scene, like only in the Gothic scene, you will be only stay in the Gothic scene. So we want to be free, not stick to one scene.
Yeah.
And,
So we try to get also in Germany gigs outside the Gothic scene because we get pulled into it a bit, which is a good thing as well. But like 2 weeks ago, we played on a local festival somewhere in the south of Germany, and that was totally had nothing to do with Gothic music, but we still fit there somehow because we don't commit to just Gothic music.
And you have some punk elements, you have some Neue Deutsche Welle elements, you have several elements. And
Yeah.
I think Neue Deutsche Welle, for example, there are some artists of the Neue Deutsche Welle that have connection to the dark scene, like Joachim Witt or
Of course,
Ideal. Some Ideal songs are really dark and stuff like this, Grauzone. But you also have some of the more happy stuff.
More popular.
As you mentioned, it's not a style of music, it was a time more or less.
Yeah, so we play shows in the Gothic scene, in the electronic club scene. In the Netherlands, you have quite a good scene. But also on family festivals, but then we're the party band basically that destroys it.
Okay.
at the end of the festival, you close it most of the time.
So you would do it on weddings and make a good party out of the wedding.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. We play anniversary parties for people who turn who want to have a celebration, and it works always fine. And then every type of persons are there, and they're always like, huh? But then in the end, they're all dancing. So that's basically there's no more borders.
Same topic. No
Go
border.
back to that one.
but it's a good thing. I don't like borders as well. Borders and
Yeah.
borders.
So it's good that we bring all types of people together and just start to dance. Enjoy it.
Maybe you can tell me what was the most fun stage or show you played? Where you said,
Most
okay,
fun?
this was really funny and I like strange people or something.
Oh, playing for kids. That was fun.
Yeah.
But it was a very rainy day and a concert. But there were just family with kids around. But the kids started to dance on stage, and they all wanted to buy T-shirts afterwards. So the parents came. So that's funny. It was not a good show, but
No.
but yeah, these things happen when you play many shows. That sometimes you end up somewhere in the rain, but then it was funny that at least like 10 or 15 kids came to trash the stage.
Cool. And did you have shirts for them in kids' size?
No, but they bought the smallest they had, and they were still running around in it.
Like it
No,
was a dress.
But what was the most fun show, or do you mean fun or best?
It's like fun for you that you.
Well,
We had this year, I think, in The Hague was really on the Grauzone Festival.
Yeah,
It was for us
to play
an
there
awesome
is-
show because it
yeah.
was actually in a little hall, the most little
But it
hall.
was
I
totally
think.
packed.
It was totally packed, so everyone was. It was really like that you were together
Yeah,
and people were
and those type
dancing
of atmospheres are the.
So it was, and they're really people who are, like that sort of music a lot. So it was really, so you notice that, you feel the kickback from the audience.
Visiting new countries is also fun.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah, Poland.
Poland. Oh, the
Yeah,
first
that was-
time in Poland was like, what the fuck is happening here? And the first time we played a show in a venue and nobody showed up, and then somehow we came back there because we needed to fill a gap, and then the whole place was packed, and we had to play an encore that was like the same length of the whole set, and
Yeah.
we partied until I don't know. It was
And the first show they had a sort of thing. If they liked the band, they put a bottle of empty glasses or empty bottles, and they throw it to the wall, like smash it.
Oh,
yeah, and we actually felt the pieces of glass coming towards us, and we were already
on the trousers.
trousers and in the equipment and stuff, and there was a glass of whiskey set on my equipment, and I needed to drink it, but I saw already the pieces of glass in there, and I was like, and then we were like, come off stage, or you also have to throw a bottle. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? He destroyed the TV that was on the wall, the owner of the place. It was totally madness.
sounds crazy. Yes. But
Yeah, so that's those crazy things are
But
nice.
they are very dedicated in Poland.
Yeah.
So we like it to play
We
there.
party people. Yeah. Scandinavia is great.
Yeah.
End of the year we're going to the south, so that might be turning out fun as well. Yeah.
Not being too political, but I think we all agree that borders, for example, in the EU should not be closed.
No.
No, already like having control at the border. It's like, what are we going to really do this? And
But we didn't notice.
but today there was no border control,
Yeah.
and now the Netherlands they want the same, and it's called the Party of Freedom. But they're gonna do controls at the border. What's freedom about that?
Totally.
Well, the people that were voting for that were like, "Oh, there's no more freedom in this country." It's a bit, I don't know.
Same here in Germany.
Not sure if we have to talk about it all the time.
Not too much, but
But yeah.
For us, it's totally stupid. So it's even not a topic to discuss it. Because
Yeah, it's not that we're against or for certain ways of doing things, but borders is something like, who cares?
especially because it works in Europe, and you see that people connecting easily. We like it to explore new countries in Europe where there's no borders. And
Yeah. And maybe there's other problems, but you are not gonna solve them by some
No,
stupid border control. It's totally different thing. And I don't know the answer to all those things.
I think this is a problem. Even the experts don't know the answers, so they do stupid things like border controls.
yeah, because they just want
it's
to.
not the answer. And
But they need to try something, or they want to.
and we don't know the answer to, but maybe it's dare to not have an answer for problems. Just experience what will happen and or not. And
With all the people with egocentric baby boomers mostly, dictators, stuff like that. If we could get rid of them, we have made a song about it,
Yeah.
baby boom dictators. But if you could get rid of all those people, you don't need more borders.
And this is a good thing, because now we come back to the music. So maybe we can't talk about everything you made, but what are the core topics you think about? What are the people should maybe play this song or this song to understand what STAATSEINDE is all about? Are there some songs?
There are sometimes a little hidden political
agendas, but
little things, but not never too obvious.
It's mostly packed in like a sarcasm
Yeah.
or a joke, and that's why we use the alien sci-fi type of way of
To pack it.
to pack it. So the lyrics sometimes are that we are like robots and we come here to take over humanity. It's just like using it as a mirror, basically, to just show what people and politics are actually doing, and not judging about it, because it's all gray. It's not black and white. It's,
But funny thing is, many songs are German lyrics, right?
Yeah.
Or almost all, or not all, but
yeah, well, Neue Niederländische Welle, then you have to sing in German, because it's Neue Niederländische Welle, not...
Oh, but the last record was totally in Dutch.
okay.
And we also play, we have some Swedish songs, but there are a lot of German songs as well.
It started when we started playing in certain countries that we were starting to write music in that language. And also the type of music, somehow it most of the time fitted German lyrics so well. It has a
Suits
sort
very
of
well
punch
for us.
and aggression. It's a beautiful language, actually.
Yep.
And as being Dutch, it's not really far from our language as well. So that was in the beginning the way how it started, and then when we went to Sweden, we made a song and so on. So then we adopted certain languages that fitted the music well.
The funny thing is, we make a record was released for Medical Records in America, and that was almost totally in German. But our latest album was Dutch.
Yeah, it was Dutch,
and it was released by
by Dutch label as well.
Our next album.
Our next album is also going to be released.
No, but it is the language is more English.
The language is more English. Yeah. Somehow we
will be.
Yeah. It's more. It's also very different. Or we tried to adopt a more. What kind of style actually? What kind of style did we adopt in the? It's more sci-fi. Madness. In the new record.
The new is it's called the name of the album will be, we can say it.
Yeah, you can say it.
Artificial Renaissance. So we are diving into the artificial intelligence and try to also have lyrics out of intelligence or some music ideas and make songs a little bit about the past and the future. So we have some little bit futuristic songs and a bit retro songs.
Yeah, and musically it's been inspired by a lot of music that we listened to in that period when we started recording it. And so it's more witch housey kind of
some elements
that are in elements. Sometimes there, sometimes it's totally different. We adopted some of that parts. And now we're working on already 2 new albums, which will be totally different again.
Okay, so you have lots of new material coming. But the new album, do you have some dates, when it comes out? Or is it
we just discussed that we're going to do the release. And it's going to be dropped somewhere soon, I hope. But it will be somewhere next year. It will take half a year.
Around
April,
May 2025. But it depends on the pressing. And
pressings are crap.
So, but then I think we come to an end slowly because you want to prepare for the show probably. So how do you prepare normally for a show? Is there some rituals or something you need to be in mood?
Yeah, we rehearsal a little bit, but we play so much shows now that
some shows are the rehearsal for the next show.
Yeah.
So the last show was 2 weeks ago. We did actually practice this week just to have it as fluent as possible.
Yeah.
And we have 1 or 2 new songs that we have added recently, so we wanted to try it out if it fits on the right place. And before a show, we just try to connect to the people, just enjoy the vibe of where you are, walk around in the city. We went to the hostel and walked in this beautiful...
Go to Kernkracht Records.
I went to Kernkracht Records, and now we're just probably gonna hang in the backstage and then watch some bands and chat a lot.
Have some beer.
Not much.
At least not before the show.
Yeah. And then just before the show, just try to make it possible that you have like 5 minutes to not be distracted and just do some stretching, because I like to move a lot.
That's great. If
On
you
stage,
move lots,
in the audience, wherever.
you can anyway with the people outside.
Yeah. So I sometimes afterwards having like, why did I do that? Why did I jump there or whatever?
Climb around.
Yeah. So, but not in particular. Not anymore. There's enough shows to be relaxed about it, and basically just don't stress. Even when stressful situations are there, you can't help it anyway. So just stay calm and party.
Stay calm and smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So, and I'm really looking forward to the show. I'm really curious, and I think when the new record comes, you can tell me, and maybe you can talk about this a little bit more then.
Yeah.
So for today, do you have some message to the people outside, from aliens to Earthlings?
From aliens to Earthlings. Well, try to have your mind not in borders.
No.
Try to express yourself. Don't feel hurted when people think different. It can
Try to love each other a little bit.
laugh at each other in a
Love.
positive. Love.
Hug each other.
Love and peace, you know. It's like Japanese.
No.
No, but yeah, we should be kind for each other and be accepting that people think different. And,
Perfect.
Something like that.
So, thank you for the nice talk.
Yeah.
People outside, thanks for watching STAATSEINDE. It's not STAATSFeinde, STAATSEINDE. Check them out. Cool guys, and I think the show will be cool as well. And I say bye-bye. Cheers.
We will do our best.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.